I tried the hell out of a case, and I got a mediocre verdict, and I'm not happy about it.
Well, I have to say that I think it's very admirable to do a podcast when you still feel a little raw about it and it's not exactly what you were hoping for. So I feel like today is going to be a really honest conversation.
I'm doing my best. I will tell you that, when I gave you the idea that we would do a podcast when I got out of trial, I thought I was going to win big, and we were going to talk about how great it went. And it is frightening to sit here and talk about how things didn't go as well as I expected. You have the fear, will anyone ever want to send me a case again? People just think I'm a big fraud if I went out there. And, the fact is when you try hard cases, you don't always get what you want. And you know that going in, but it still sucks when it happens to you. And so, I could have been fake and come in and say, hey, I tried a case. They only offered us $25,000. We got $80,000. We more than tripled the pretrial offer. We kicked their ass.
Yeah.
But that would really be disingenuous. That would be, I guess, what the classic marketing people would say to do. Always spin it and try to make it positive.
I will not take offense to that, Michael.
I'm not saying you. I said the classic marketing people.
I think you're being really honest, and that's who we are. We are, as Nick Rowley says, brutally honest.
Yeah. To pretend like it doesn't hurt would be a lie too. And I think when we lie to ourselves about how we feel, then we can't process it. Mm-hmm. And then, then it festers and then it enters. It's what Sartre Lamont, and I think he got it from someone else, calls it the saboteur. You have a little voice inside your head that's telling you like, oh, you can't really do this. You're a fraud. You're going to lose again. And if you don't allow yourself to feel the disappointment and pretend like it's not there, then that voice gets even louder. What are the alternatives? We can trust the jury, which means we're going to be more relaxed, more open with them, better communicators. And if it turns out that we're wrong and they were going to screw us over, they're going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
Or we can not trust the jury, and then trial's going to be miserable. We're not going to be able to sleep at night. We're going to be guarded. They're going to see it in our body language. They're going to hear it in our voice, and we're going to be even less likely to win. And so, thinking about something bad maybe happening doesn't help. And so I really, as much as I wanted to win, I was trying not to worry about that. I was trying to worry about how can I best communicate with these jurors? How can I best tell my story with this witness and just be in the moment and what I was doing?
Well, I like that you still did something on a budget. Not everyone's going to have the money to do an animation. So I really loved seeing the creativity.
Yeah.
And when you have a low PD case and you don't have a ton of money to put into case expenses, that's when you need to be creative. Yeah,
and we could have put magnets on some model cars too if we wanted to. But I mean, just basically, Raul found some stock images of a tractor unit in a car. And that couldn't have cost more than $20. Mm-hmm. And then I don't know what it cost to print them on foam board, but it wasn't that much. I mean,
nope.
And then we just bought some magnets at, Michael's, or I don't know where we went, Hobby Lobby or somewhere, and, put them to the back and had to figure out how much magnet was too much where I didn't want to move and how much magnet was okay. And, but I mean, the whole thing, I think the magnetic board cost us a couple $100, but the whole thing for the rest of the visual was probably $30, $40.
Yeah.
So, you can be creative and you don't have to spend a ton of money. When you ride a bull, you got to stay till, and it bucks you off sometimes, some of that, and I feel like I just rode a bull for 7 seconds. Because in rodeo, if you don't ride the bull for 8 seconds, you don't get any points. So it's like I had the great experience of riding the bull, but I didn't get to hold on quite enough. I didn't quite get there,
For what it's worth, you still got on the bull. And I think every trial lawyer who goes to trial regularly enjoys the adrenaline rush and the thrill and everything beautiful about going to trial.
And if you don't go to trial, if you don't get up there and take a swing at it, then you can never win. I mean, the best home run hitters, they 1 out of 3, 1 out of 4, they knock it out of the park and they strike out a lot. Mm-hmm. The trials that we have, we're going to absolutely destroy them. They pay us on those cases generally. And so, the cases you get to try tend to be the ones that are tougher. And so, you just have to let it go. And we do hit some of them. And I've hit these kind of cases. That's the one thing that frustrates me because I know I can do it. I know there are jurors out there that can do it, but it really depends on who's on the jury. And we just didn't have the right panel in this case. I didn't have a really good villain, and it made it, it's so hard to get a jury to give money just because your client's hurt. You get big money when someone's done something wrong and they're mad about it. And I wasn't able to find anything that would make people mad, and it made it a lot harder. And, I think we have to look for that in every case, but it's not always there. I mean, sometimes it really is just like this one, an accident in a parking lot. And,
right. Well, and you talk about this a lot on the podcast, but also in your annual Big Rig Boot Camp, which is coming up in June for anyone listening. But you're right. You also can't just make one up to make one up. And I agree with you. I think it wouldn't have felt right or real or honest if you had made one up simply just to make one up.
It also wouldn't have helped.
Right.
Because it wouldn't have been real and we wouldn't have gotten away with it. I mean, I'm all for looking hard in every case for the root cause. It's just a lot harder to get jurors upset about a 5-mile-an-hour parking lot crash than it is when we have our big smashes. I mean, but it doesn't mean we should give those cases up because people really do get hurt and someone needs to fight those. And, fortunately or unfortunately, we still have some in the office that I will be trying. And, I'm going to win some of them. I've done it before, but I'm not going to win all of them. When you try the tough cases, you're not going to win 100%. But the only way to lose permanently is to quit doing them. I mean, I'll get them next time.
Well, and those people still deserve their day in court, and you gave it to them.
Yeah. Nothing bad happens to you for trying cases. No one's going to take your license away. People aren't going to stop giving you work. No one remembers your losses. Everybody remembers your wins. Get in there and mix it up. And if you keep swinging, you're going to hit something. Mm-hmm. So get out there and swing.